already, Mensah. Mensah kills one to the near post, and it's the second goal for the Ghanaians.
Yes, hello and welcome to Sports Update this evening. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. You just saw that video. That was the third place game between the Golden Eaglets of Nigeria and the Black Starlets of Ghana, the host country of the WAFU Under-17 tournament right there in Accra, Ghana. And that game was played at the University Stadium in Accra, where Nigeria had to, they came back from behind to defeat the Starlets of Ghana 3-2 in that particular encounter, winning the bronze medal in the WAFU Under-17 Championship in Accra, Ghana. And we were all happy that because of that win, they are through to the Under-17 AFCON. But later on, CAF has to come out to say no. The qualification for the Under-17 Cup of Nations still stands. They are still going to play that tournament where teams that representing the continent of Africa will be selected for the Under-17 FIFA World Cup. We already know that the FIFA they've increased the number of participating from the continent of Africa to 10. We usually have 5 countries representing Africa at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup, but it has been increased to 10. So 10 teams will be going to the FIFA Under-17 World Cup until CAF. Well, we are still waiting for CAF to tell us how the teams will make the qualification pattern for the 10 teams that will represent the continent of Africa at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. But the story we're looking at this evening is where ex-Super Eagles player, that is Dimeji Lawal, knocks NFL
down. The Black Stars of Ghana are in the lead here at the University of Ghana Stadium. Well taken free kick by Mark Mensah.
Under-17 Championship. Dimeji Lawal was a former Super Eagles player. Here now he has knocks NFL for Golden Eaglets Dismal performance at the championship. The truth is, this is not what we expected from the team. But if you look at it the other way around, you can't blame Coach Manu Gaba and the entire team, because he was appointed just a month to this particular championship. And at the end of the day, when there is a saying, like I said on the show yesterday evening, that if you fail to plan, that means you plan to fail. That is what it is, because you cannot have a tournament of this magnitude and they are just assembling a team within a month. You don't expect them to perform miracle. We struggled in the group stage. Our first game against Burkina Faso was a goalless draw. We had to at least we struggled to beat Niger Republic 1-0 in our second game, and then the last game against Togo, it was 3-0. That was where they were able to score at least 3 goals. And then the semi-final game against the Young Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire was 1-0 in favor of the Young Elephants. At the end of the day, we had to settle for the third place game against the Black Starlets, that's the host of the competition. But at the end of the day, Dimeji Lawal, former Super Eagles player, is now blaming the NFF for the team's bad performance at the championship, which I personally also agree with Dimeji Lawal that this team didn't really was not given enough time to prepare. And who's to be blamed? I think the NFF will have to take the blame, because at the end of the day, the coach of this particular side was not appointed on time. Before Manu Gaba was appointed, it was already a month to this competition. And you know, Nigeria with fire brigade approach, the man had to invite 52 players to camp. Within how many days the selection was made, and which was not supposed to be. This is a process that was supposed to take like 4-5 months. You select the players you want, and then you prepare them also for another 6 months. Like the Young Elephants, they actually went out of their country for different European tours. The team was kept together for several months, and at the end of the day, that is why we saw the result. Despite they lost the final to Burkina Faso, the thing is, they had a better preparation than the Golden Eaglets of Nigeria, and that is why the result of this team didn't really. I'm not surprised with the way they performed at the competition. But the good news is they were able to win the third place game against our arch rival, that's the Black Starlets of Ghana. You know, whenever Nigeria and Ghana face each other, is always let me see, it's always a war on the pitch, and wherever we are meeting each other, either in football, in other sports, and then in other walks of life, is always a very strong competition between the two countries. All right, let's leave the Golden Eaglets story quickly, and let's leave that particular story where the Super Eagles ex-player Dimeji Lawal is actually blaming NFF for the team's performance in Accra, Ghana. All right, still talking about the Golden Eaglets. Now, despite that win, like I said, they missed out because a statement was released last night by CAF that no, Nigeria has not qualified for the under-17 AFCON. We all thought also NFF released a statement that with that win, the Golden Eaglets have qualified for the under-17 Africa Cup of Nations because Cote d'Ivoire, who is also in this competition and they got to the final, has already at least was in the final, was awarded the host of the 2025 under-17 Africa Cup of Nations. And because of that, you know, as a host country, you wouldn't need to play any qualification series, automatic qualification. So that slot, they thought it was going to be given to the Golden Eaglets of Nigeria. But at the end of the day, same last night, CAF has to issue a statement to that effect that the Golden Eaglets of Nigeria have not qualified for did not qualify for the Africa Under-17 Nations Cup that will be coming up in Cote d'Ivoire. So the matter is still ongoing. Let's see what CAF will do and how it will be sorted out. But it's a sad one that we will not be at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations for the age grade competition, that is the under-17. If it definitely CAF stands by what they actually they said yesterday night, and as it is now, we are still hoping and praying that there's going to be a U-turn, a turnaround from CAF, that yes, given that slot or vacated by Cote d'Ivoire because they are the hosting nation to the Golden Eaglets of Nigeria. All right, let's leave that story. Still talking about age grade teams. This time around, let's talk about the women, where the date and the venue and time have been confirmed for Liberia versus the Flamingos of Nigeria, the first leg of the last series of the Under-17 Women's World Cup that will come up in Dominican Republic. The Flamingos, after making it through, after beating Burkina Faso here in Nigeria, it was a whitewash, 6-0 bashing of the Burkinabes here at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium. They will keep a date against the Liberian young girls. Now the date and time, venue has been confirmed. The first leg of this particular game will come up on the 9th of June, while the return leg is bid for Abuja here at the MK Abiola National Stadium here in Abuja on the 14th. But the venue of this particular game, the first leg right there in Liberia, will come up at the Samuel Kanyando Stadium in Monrovia. So the first leg is going to be in Monrovia on Sunday 9th of June, while the return leg will be played here in Abuja at the MKO Abiola National Stadium main bowl on the 14th of June. So it's good that the date and time, venue has been confirmed for both for both legs of this particular encounter, and this is the last series of the Under-17 Women's World Cup qualification. Nigeria, like I said, they qualified to this stage 7-1 aggregate score against Burkina Faso. First leg in Mali, in Bamako, Mali, because that was the adopted home ground for the Burkinabes. It was 1-1 draw, and then the return leg here in Abuja just some weeks ago, it was 6-0 against the young girls of Burkina Faso. They qualified, the Flamingos qualified with 7-1 aggregate score, and now the first leg against Liberia, the last qualification series for the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup, will happen on the 9th of June in Monrovia at the Samuel Kanyando Stadium in Monrovia. So let's see how it goes. The Nigerian young girls are ready. They are ready to go. They have what it takes to qualify. The last edition in India, we won the bronze medal. We came third, and this time around, they want to surpass that feat probably and see if they become the first African under-17 women's team to win the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. When it comes to the male competition, we've won it more. That is the FIFA Under-17 Men's World Cup. We've won it more than any other African country and even in the world. Nigeria has won the FIFA Under-17 World Cup 5 good times. Going along with us is Brazil also. So Nigeria tops the highest number of winning the Under-17 World Cup. How I wish we can translate this to the senior men's World Cup. But it's a good news. Let's see if the Flamingos can at least do well in Dominican Republic when this competition comes calling. First, they have to cross the hurdles of the Liberian girls, and then we'll be hoping and praying to see the Flamingos come back home with the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. All right, let's take this story quickly before we just take some highlight of the MPFL. Now, this time around, good news also for one man. He's, I believe, right about now, he's on cloud 9. He's on cloud 9. That is Kenneth Igbokwe of Enugu Rangers, who has been called up to replace injured Victor Osimhen for the 2 games against Benin Republic and South Africa in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Igbokwe plays for Rangers International, Enugu Rangers International of Enugu, and now he has been called up. Though it's worrisome. It's worrisome in some aspect because we believe when Victor Osimhen is a striker, but for Kenneth Igbokwe, he's a defender. So I don't know why Finidi George actually opted to invite a defender for an injured striker. Victor Osimhen will not be part of that game, and that is why Kenneth Igbokwe got that call up to replace Victor Osimhen. But at the end of the day, you are picking a defender for a striker, where the likes of Kenneth Omero, Williams True is not even in the squad, and a striker is out injured. You are inviting a defender. Well, let's say the magic that Finidi George want to do with the Super Eagles. Well, the NFF Technical Committee deemed it that he's the best man for the job, and that's why he was hired and appointed after going through his CV and what have you. As it stands right now, he is the man for the job. But inviting a defender for a striker, well, Finidi George has all of the answers to that. All right, let's take these 2 transfers quickly. This happened. Let's look at this. Olympic Lyonnais Wilfred Ndidi, who is a very strong man for Leicester City in England, who have qualified, came back after 1 season in Championship. They are back to the EPL. Olympic Lyonnais right now won the services of Super Eagles midfielder Wilfred Ndidi. And big news coming in from Camp Nou is that Barcelona have appointed Hansi Flick as their new head coach. Is a good news for the Catalonians. Hansi Flick, who won treble with Bayern Munich in 2020 during the coronavirus era, where he won the Bundesliga, the German Cup, and the Champions League against PSG. Then, after he was sacked by the German national team, he has been appointed by FC Barcelona. And the last on the show this evening, Usyk and Tyson Fury rematch has been set for December 21st. These 2 guys will have to keep a date in Saudi Arabia again come December 21st, 2024. Usyk has won all his 22 fights, and for Tyson Fury, that fight against Usyk just a few weeks ago was his first professional loss since he started boxing. All right, that is where we'll leave it on the program this evening. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. Say thanks for watching.